Wana basho nanda may maganadok, ishkate makasan kwandi shikaz mondo dem, bikajonan and dunjaba, Udawadami Odo and Nishnabi Kwandao, Niswi Medewin. Oh, I'd like to welcome you here to this territory, the Bikajonan territory. It's the capital of the Three Fires Confederacy, made up of the Budawadami, the Odawa, and the Ojibwe, Anishinaabe. Oh, just like to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak to you today on this most wonderful occasion. The time when some of the individuals who have worked very hard to get to this place are going to graduate and move on into the future. And with that, I would like to say, always keep your dreams alive. It's good to dream. You made it here, and just follow those dreams wherever they lead you. So I would like you to take a few moments to center yourself and ground yourself so that we can be at one with the Creator of all that is, the way you understand that. So take these few moments and take a few breaths. That is, breathe in through your nose, you hold it, and you blow it out. Do it again, breathe in, you're holding it, and blow it out. So I'll say this prayer. Abba Shumashomas, Ishkute Makasan Kwandis Nakaz Mondo Dem, Bakajanon Dunjaba, Udawadami Odo and Nishnabi Kwandao, Niswi Medewin. Chimigwachkajemnado for this most beautiful day, for this most wonderful life. Chimigwach for all that you have provided for us, from the sky world to the earth plane to the underground. For all of those Nokamasug and Mishomsug, those ones who have passed on, that walked on this land before us, I say Chimigwech to you. Chimigwech for the help they give us each and every day. Chimigwech for the sky and the sun, the moon at night, the stars in the heavens. I say Chimigwech to you. Chimigwech for taking the time to look this way so kindly with us. Chimigwech for the four colors of man, the yellow, the red, the black, and the white. Say Chimigwech to you for all of those directions, all those ones who have come here to live on your creation. I say Chimigwech to you. Chimigwech for our Earth Mother, Shkagamakwa, who is the one that provides the water we drink, the food we eat, and the air we breathe. I say Chimigwech to you for her. Chimigwech for all the sky world and all the thunder beings that are sitting over there, watching over us today. Chimigwech for all things, all colors of man, all things that are here. I say Chimigwech. Chimigwech for the animals, the four-legged, the two-legged, the winged ones that fly in the air, things that crawl on the earth, things that swim in the water. Chimigwech for all the plant life, the trees, the plants, the medicines, the herbs, the fruits and the vegetables. They're all here, so we can be at one with them at this time. I say Chimigwech for all of the songs and the ceremonies and all of the spiritual leaders that are across the land that help us and guide us in our direction that we're going. I say Chimigwech to you. Chimigwech for the birds, the animals, all of those things, the songs that they are singing for you right now. Say Chimigwech for that. Chimigwech, Chimigwech, Chimigwech. Take care of us and watch over us and keep us safe. Help us to understand who we are as people, humankind, because we are the last ones. We are the youngest that have come here to this creation. So guide us and help us do the work that we need to do for you, Gajemnado. Chimigwech for all the people who have come here this day, and watch over them and keep them safe from the inside out and the outside in. Help them be grounded into the earth, into who they are, their identity, and watch over them and keep them safe. I say Chimigwech to you, Nikanagana, all my relations. Aho. Bamampi minwa. Aho.
Welcome, and thank you for joining us online for this extraordinary celebration of the class of 2021. Over the next hour, you will be a guest to one of the University of Windsor's most valuable traditions, graduation. Our ceremony will begin with the singing of our national anthem, followed by the reflection. Our Chancellor, Dr. Mary Jo Haddad, and our President and Vice-Chancellor, Dr. Rob Gordon, will address the graduating class. We've also invited a graduating student to provide congratulatory remarks. It will be then time for the most essential part of the ceremony, reading the graduating class names and the conferral of the degrees by the University Chancellor.
Thank you to Elder Kiknazwe from the Bikezawanang territories, also known as the Walpole Island First Nation, and an elder in residence within the Faculty of Law for sharing your words of welcome with us today. I want to take this moment to acknowledge that we are on the traditional territories of the Three Fires Confederacy of First Nations, comprised of the Odawa, the Ojibwa, and the Potawatomi. And I remind everyone that there are very few places on this earth where others have not walked before us and called it home. I now call upon Lorraine Grondin, Acting Registrar, who will deliver the reflection.
This day marks a new beginning, particularly for those about to celebrate their graduation. It only fits that we come together to recognize your achievements and commemorate your success as you continue to your lifelong quest for knowledge and excellence. I ask that you take a moment to reflect on those who guided you along your path of learning, to appreciate our families, our teachers, our peers, the world in which we live, and all that inspires us. Please join me in a moment of silence to reflect.
Dear graduates, family and friends, and faculty, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to our virtual convocation. We've come together today to celebrate the extraordinary achievements of the class of 2021, a remarkable and unforgettable year. Our graduates have been on a journey like no other. Determined to complete your studies under the most challenging of circumstances, prepared for a world who needs your wisdom and skills, your courage and resilience, your energy and your kindness. The days ahead are full of hope as we work together to build a safer, more equitable and prosperous world. The University of Windsor has provided you with the tools to embrace the challenges that lie ahead with confidence. The investments you have made in yourself, the relationships you have built, and the experiences you have embraced are important steps towards a promising and hopeful future. I have heard from some of you that there is an element of fear as you embark on your careers or the next phase of your education in a world that has been turned upside down. The inspiring Maya Angelou said that hope and fear cannot occupy the same space at the same time. Invite one to stay. Hope helps us dream, to envision our lives and the narrative we want for ourselves. Hope helps us to see the opportunities among the challenges. It can drive our creativity and innovation. I invite you to choose hope. The best way to find ourselves is to lose yourself in the service of others. Mahatma Gandhi. There is no such thing as a small act of kindness, as kindness can change the world and have a lasting impact on others. Whatever the next stage of your life will be, find a cause or something that you can invest your energy in and be passionate about. No doubt you will find good people to work with, people you will inspire and who will inspire you. Kindness can be transformative, both as a volunteer and in business. Kindness builds loyalty and trust and rebounds, giving so much back to you in return. I invite you to choose kindness. As you continue to work toward your greatness, surround yourself with people who will enable your potential, who will broaden your perspective and offer you critical and constructive feedback. People who will infuse your passion, no matter what the cause, who see your potential, even when you may not. Courage will build your character and enlightenment. As a young nurse, it was the words of a young hospitalized child who before heart surgery said, "Don't cry, Mommy, it will be okay." Those words left me frozen in my footsteps, overcome with emotion and never clearer that I was doing the work I was meant to do. As a pediatric ICU nurse, every day is a challenge and yet an incredible privilege to work with children who are so vulnerable, yet so resilient. Their families so dependent on you to do your very best work, who put their faith and trust in you. Courage comes in all shapes and sizes, as the pandemic has shown us all too well. You can count on the need to be courageous as you take on new challenges, step out of your comfort zone, and embrace change. Courage will enable you to grow in ways that you can't imagine today. Choose courage. To our graduates, you have inspired all of us with your determination and perseverance. My heartfelt congratulations to each of you. Please remember to take care of yourselves, be kind to yourselves, and have fun along the way. The entire University of Windsor community shares in the pride of your family and friends. Go forth and celebrate safely.
Thank you, Chancellor Haddad. I'd like to welcome all of you who are joining us today for the University of Windsor's virtual spring convocation. This is really an important moment for our university, and we are all thrilled that you are with us today. This year, families and graduates are joining us from just around the corner and from around the world, and it's truly a privilege to welcome everyone.
The Alumni Award for Distinguished Contributions to University Teaching is Dr. Dora Cavallo Medved. Dr. Dora Cavallo Medved, a cell biologist in the Faculty of Science, has passed on her love of science with numerous University of Windsor students. In addition, her approachable manner with students and her belief in making strong classroom connections have contributed to her students' personal growth, success, and self-confidence. Known for her devotion to teaching and research, Dr. Cavallo Medved's positive work has spread throughout the campus. She works collaboratively with other faculties and students in a variety of disciplines. No matter the program, Dr. Cavallo Medved can engage and excite students with her passion for science and learning. As one of Dr. Cavallo Medved's colleagues says, she goes above and beyond to enhance the student experience, to embrace our local community in academic learning, and to facilitate the growth of our programs and faculty professional development. Congratulations, Dr. Cavallo Medved. Board of Governors medals are awarded to the graduating undergraduate students who have achieved the highest academic standing in the faculty. Biomedical Science, graduating with Bachelor of Science, Honors Biochemistry and Biomedical Science, Health Stream, Sami Al-Rashed with great distinction. Chemistry and Biochemistry, graduating with Honors Biochemistry with Thesis, Sabrina Melissa Piazza with great distinction. Environmental Science and Studies, graduating with Bachelor of Environmental Studies Honors, Shinichi Simon Okada with distinction. Forensic Science, graduating with a Bachelor of Arts Honors, Forensics and Psychology, Kenzie Marie Tapp with great distinction. General Science, graduating with Bachelor of Science General, Rahul Jayanchandaran with great distinction. Integrative Biology, graduating with Bachelor of Science, Honors Biological Sciences with thesis, Jacob Jeffrey Stasso with great distinction. Mathematics and Statistics, graduating with a Bachelor of Mathematics, Honors Mathematics and Physics, Kevin Michael Beaugrand with great distinction. Physics, graduating with a Bachelor of Science, Honors Physics, Rudy Alexander Sutcliffe with great distinction.
Eminent Chancellor, I am very pleased to introduce my colleague and friend, Professor Geoffrey Berryman. Professor Berryman is a native of New Zealand, and it was there at the University of Auckland that he received his formative legal education. He obtained his Bachelor of Laws degree with honors in 1977 and his Master of Jurisprudence with distinction in 1978. In 1980, he came to Canada to study at Dalhousie University, obtaining his Master of Laws with distinction in 1981. Following the completion of his studies at Dalhousie, Professor Berryman joined our Faculty of Law as an assistant professor. He has been here ever since. In 1995, he attained the rank of professor. He served with great distinction as Dean of Law from 1990 to 1995. From 2006 to 2011, Professor Berryman was Senior Research Leadership Chair in Law, and in 2015, he was appointed a Distinguished University Professor. As you know, Eminent Chancellor, the title of Distinguished University Professor is bestowed on very few. It recognizes a career replete with outstanding scholarly achievements and a dedication to higher learning. In 2016, Professor Berryman was named the Acting Associate Vice President Academic, and his appointment as Associate Vice President Academic was confirmed in 2017. He still holds this position. From 2018 to 2019, Professor Berryman served as the acting provost and vice president academic of our university. Not only has Professor Berryman provided exceptional leadership to our law school and university, he has also been an active member of the legal profession and the Windsor community. First and foremost, Professor Berryman is an exceptional teacher and mentor. He is held in high regard by his students. Many of his former students attest to his having had a profound effect on their lives. Furthermore, Professor Berryman is an internationally recognized scholar in the area of restitution and remedies. In addition to the books he has authored and edited, he has published or delivered over 100 refereed and non-refereed articles, conference papers, presentations, and addresses since first joining our university. Professor Berryman's work has dealt with many diverse topics, such as tobacco regulation, equitable compensation, the duty of fiduciaries, damages in tort law, the plight of the Maori in New Zealand, Anton Pillar orders and Moreva injunctions, copyright reparations for historical wrongs, and teaching remedies in Canada. These works have appeared in such diverse publications as the Supreme Court Law Review, the Canadian Bar Review, the International and Comparative Law Quarterly, the Intellectual Property Journal, the University of Toronto Law Journal, the Brandeis Law Journal, and the Victoria University Law Review. He has been asked to speak at some of the most prestigious conferences on remedies and restitutions in this country, the United States, France, New Zealand, and Australia. Professor Berryman was admitted as a barrister and solicitor of the High Court of New Zealand in 1979 and called to the Bar of Ontario in 1994. Throughout his career, Professor Berryman has been a leader within the legal profession and the community generally. He has been an elected council member of the Ontario Bar Association, a representative to the Canadian Association of Law Teachers, and has served as the North American Director of the Commonwealth Legal Education Association. In the community, Professor Berryman served as the president of the Windsor Symphony Orchestra. He has also served as a member of the Orchestras Canada Board of Directors. In 2020, in recognition of his outstanding leadership in the Legal Academy, in higher education, in the legal profession, and in our Windsor community, the Law Society of Ontario conferred upon Professor Berryman the Law Society Medal, one of its highest honors. Eminent Chancellor, I present to you Professor Jeffrey Berryman, LSM.
Thank you, Bruce, for those kind words and for your friendship through many years toiling together in the groves of the Academy. I've been instructed that a convocation address should be pithy, witty, but above all, short. I am reminded of the story told of the American president, Calvin Coolidge, who was known as a very untalkative person. At a society dinner Coolidge was attending, a socialite sat down beside him and said, "Mr. President, you must talk to me. I made a bet today that I could get more than 2 words out of you." Coolidge turned to her and said, "You lose." At the other end of the spectrum is the late President Fidel Castro, who gave the longest speech in United Nations history, topping out at 4 hours and 29 minutes. I've already exceeded Coolidge, and I promise not to be Castro-esque. I want to talk about generational change, judgment, and optimism. My great-grandparents, whom I never met, had 4 sons. When the youngest turned 16, he and 2 of his older brothers joined the New Zealand Armed Forces and went off to the First World War. Within 12 months, they were all dead. Their brother, my grandfather, was saved only because as a child he had had rheumatic fever, and as a result of an enlarged heart, which rendered him medically unfit to enlist, he was unable to do so. 1914-18 took a terrible toll on New Zealand families, as it did in Canada. Within 22 years of the First World War, the world was plunged yet again into a horrific Second World War. This time, my father as a young man, and although a New Zealander, enlisted with the Australian Army because he was in Sydney when the war broke out. He had a naive belief that the war would be over in a few months and that it would be a great adventure. My father spent 6 years of his life and saw service in North Africa, Crete, the Middle East, and Papua New Guinea. He was discharged with little in the way of savings, his army pay having been sent to his mother. Upon his return to New Zealand, he married my mother, a nurse, and they set up home in 2 army huts without a bathroom or running water on a section in a working-class suburb in West Auckland. In short order, they opened several businesses, and by the time I came on the scene in 1955, they ran a billiard saloon, a horse racing betting shop, a real estate agency, and a travel ticket agency. Some 30 years later, by 1977, together they had made enough to allow them both to retire comfortably. Regrettably, my father died in 1984 of skin cancer, attributable to his time in the army at the age of 68. Incidentally, my mother is still alive at 98. As they say, the best thing for your health is to pick your parents wisely. I attended a Free State elementary and high schools, and this may alarm you, I was actually paid to attend a publicly funded university, the University of Auckland, first to study science, but then quickly I transitioned to law, a discipline I truly love. I have given you a very brief personal history. The Indigenous people of New Zealand, the Maori, have a wonderful term to describe your lineage and connection to place. They call it your whakapapa. All Indigenous people make temporal links to the land and to stewardship of nature in the belief that land is not owned, but that is held in trust for future generations. Now, I am part of the baby boom generation. I happen to think my generation has done a pretty good job of stewardship of the world. You may have a different opinion, so let me make my case. I want to argue 3 points. My great-grandparents, my grandparents, and my parents all had their lives shaped by war. My generation has been able to keep the world at peace, and nobody in North America is now subject to military conscription, as in earlier times. While we still witness outbreaks of grotesque violence, and many here may be the children of parents, or yourselves may be refugees of conflict, we have avoided global wars that left no nation unaffected. 2, when my father was born in 1916, life expectancy was 55. When he died at age 68 in 1984, it was 75, and today it is 82. When I was born, it was 69. Life expectancy has increased over 13 years in my life and 27 years from my father's birth, a span of years greater than most of the lives of those graduating here today. This is a remarkable accomplishment, largely made possible as a function of improvements in nutrition, public health, and advances in medical science. 3, in 1955, when I was born, the rate of extreme poverty, defined as living on less than $2 per day, was 55% globally. Today it is 9%. That is a startling change in fortunes, accountable through development in food production, global trade, education, and family health. The simple fact is that more people are living longer, healthier, and secure lives today than in any other period in history. Judge my generation for these accomplishments, for it is your right to judge as you take your roles in stewardship of the world. It is in that way that each generation learns from the mistakes and successes of its predecessors. Now, my generation also passes on significant problems, and here are 3 challenges that I believe will define your generation. 1, climate change and environmental degradation has been described as an existential threat, and we have limited years to change direction. It will be a monumental task to repair and rehabilitate the damage, but it is clearly doable. 2, we also pass on an issue of economic inequality, both between nations as well as between citizens within nations. Today, a Canadian enjoys a gross domestic product, a measure of a country's wealth, 31 times that of a person born in Sierra Leone. And those in the world earning the top 1% enjoy 44% of the world's wealth, while the bottom 50% enjoy only 2% of the world's wealth. To allow for human flourishing and equality of opportunity, and to live in a truly just world, we cannot tolerate these disparities. Your 3rd challenge is how to advance social cohesion. Canada has done amazingly well in creating a multicultural society. You would have seen that in your classes at this university. But we hear and see rising levels of conflict and intolerance. And studies have shown, particularly as we live through a pandemic, that we are more angry, dismissive of others, and cantankerous in our dealings. We seem to be united in what divides us rather than what we share in common. It's hard work to live by the golden rule that says, treat others as we would want them to treat us, but it is the only way forward. It has been my greatest fortune to play an infinitesimally small role in educating some of the graduates of this university and elsewhere. You are part of the best and the brightest of your generation, and you will lead by example, by what you choose to do, and in the legacy you choose to pass on to your children. A group of professors meet regularly in a coffee house to discuss the world's many problems. One of them shocks the others by announcing one day, "I am an optimist." A friend asks, "Why then do you look so worried?" The other answers, "You think it's easy being an optimist?" I am a perpetual optimist, and I urge you to be. And yes, it is hard work. But life is to be embraced, not watched and tweeted about. Rise to the challenges that confront your generation. You have the skills, education, and aptitudes to do great things. I know you will succeed. Thank you for allowing me to share this brief time with you.
Congratulations, graduates of the Faculty of Science class of 2021. On behalf of the Faculty of Science, I would like to personally thank you for choosing the University of Windsor and for taking advantage of the unique learning and hands-on experiences we provide to our students. This is a time to reflect on those experiences and what they mean for the next stage in your journey. When I reflect on my time as a university student, I am still haunted by that one time I filled out a Scantron incorrectly and failed a matrix algebra test. But in reality, I don't remember my grades and the time I spent in the classroom. What I still remember most fondly from my time at university are the close and lifelong friendships, working in the lab and in the field, studying abroad and watching the sunrise from the desert, gaining invaluable technical skills through an internship, learning how to communicate and lead through student organizations, and, most importantly, discovering through research as an undergraduate student and later as a graduate student. Just as I am proud of what I did as a university student, be proud of the unique learning experiences you have had during your time in the Faculty of Science at the University of Windsor. And make sure you take advantage of your newfound skills to communicate, think critically, have a global perspective, perform selfless service, and solve complex problems creatively. As a new member of the University of Windsor Alumni Association, I hope that you will support our commitment to providing current and future students with a greater number and diversity of opportunities to participate in cutting-edge research, study abroad, land an internship, serve others, and demonstrate leadership. Please stay in touch through the Alumni Association, on social media, or by phone and email. Let me know about your favorite experience here in the Faculty of Science, or tell me about that faculty or staff member who made the greatest difference to your time here as a student. I want to hear from you and support you in the next part of your journey, and I look forward to seeing you on campus again in the near future. Congratulations again, graduates of the Faculty of Science class of 2021.
To the master's and doctoral graduates of the class of 2021. Congratulations from the Faculty of Graduate Studies on this proud and special day. As you celebrate with your family and friends, reflect on all that you have accomplished. Your investment in a graduate education is a true investment in your future. 1 year ago, when you were transitioning into the final year of your program, no one anticipated that you would finish your degree remotely through online technologies. This required resourcefulness on your part and on the part of your program and research supervisors. Everyone successfully rose to this challenge, and today you are a proud graduate with new skills and an appreciation for the impact of change on the education and research environments. Your resiliency, adaptability, and compassion will position you well for a changing and evolving job market. As you move forward, share all the knowledge you have gained and the lessons you have learned. Be confident in your skills and competencies, and remember that life is a journey to be lived fully. As alumni, you are joining a global network of support, and we look forward to hearing about and celebrating your future successes. Today, I celebrate with you from a distance as I watch each convocation ceremony, applauding loudly as you cross the stage. Heartfelt wishes for a bright and successful future.
I'm Ishpreet Singh, and on behalf of Class of 2021, I would like to welcome all faculty, alumni, friends, and family for the Spring Convocation ceremony of Class of 2021. Well, graduates, we have made it. So it comes down to this. The Masters have always been a dream for most of us before it even began. A dream that we all lived through during a very turbulent time. What we have learned in those classrooms were not just lessons of science, but in fact, they were lessons of life which we will take with us forever. In the past year, we have transformed personally as well as professionally, and without a doubt, UWindsor has been instrumental in this process. Things might not always go the way you planned, but we all can agree that this class is resilient. The fact that we have made it here is just a testament to our perseverance and commitment to excellence. We might not be having a typical graduation this year. We might not be walking across a stage to receive that degree. We might not be throwing our hats up, but we are still graduating. Our hard work, dedication, determination, and commitment still remains true. The quiet hours we spend studying in the library, the relentless loss of sleep as we finish assignments while pulling all-nighters, and the tension after handing a terrifying test, all the efforts were worth this. COVID-19 will not stand in the way of our hopes and dreams. Things will improve, and so do we. So as we part ways, we are equipped with priceless knowledge. We embark on our life, sure to be filled with challenges and success. Thanks to UWindsor. Finally, a heartfelt thank you to all the families watching at home. Thank you for believing in us and allowing us to live this dream. However, it was a dream we all fulfilled, and today we are here awakened and inspired only to dream bigger. Each and every one of us has the potential to change the world. We have all grown into powerful intellectual individuals who will make a massive footprint on this earth. Whatever graduation means to you, we all believe in you. Our future is promising, and our hard work will never be unnoticed. Dear class, prove to be the best version of yourself. Fly through the turbulence and live life because you are a warrior. As Nelson Mandela said, it always seems impossible until it's done. So be phenomenal or be forgotten. Congratulations to the class of 2021. Thank you.
Madam Chancellor, I now present to you the candidates from the Faculty of Science.
Science. Della Kofi Tony Adevu. Faizan Ahmed. Wei Ting Cao. Afriyi Joel Aim Fodio. Gautam Ghani. Ting Huang. Anyu Jiang. Ying Jing. Gurbir Kaur. Yingxin Ren. A.D. Su. Bixuan Wang. Yunnan Wang. Yanshu Yang. Ruoxi Zhang. Zhiqi Zhang. Shuishuan Zhao. Jinghui Zhu. Master of Applied Computing. Karen Agarwal. Shubham Agarwal. Akash Kumar Vithabai Akbari. Syed Muzamil Alim. Shri Hari Ann. Iman Anu Shapur. Sai Diraj Atanti. Vigneshwaran Balusubramani. Deepti Bamul. Sunil Barakoti, Saharsh Bawankar, Asmita Bharti, Anu Bhatt, Deep Sunil Kumar Brahmbat, Wei Wei Tao, Somia Chakravarti Vasan, Raj Shailesh Chanpura, Alnaz Chaposhtu, Darya Rajesh Chauhan, Karen Chauhan, Kavish Kumar Chowdhury, Hardika Dev, Shivansh Kamleshbhai Dev, E.D. Deng, Aditi Rajivbhai Desai, Hetvi Jayesh Kumar Desai, Jaidev Bharatbhai Desai, Sankalp Sanjay Desai, Dikshita Reddy Divana, Kinjalbin Balwantbhai Dimar, Sai Amrita Deer, Yan Ding, Makshanya Dadala, Priyank Ghanshyambai Gajera, Disha Umrish Gajar, Manasa Galebi, Parth Vijay Kumar Gandhi, Tushar Garg, Navneet Singh Gill, Agnesh Kumar Arvindbhai Godani, Guntas Kaur Grewal, Lidwan Guan, Panindra Gurikandula, Agreda Gupta, Richa Radhakumar Gupta, Lavish Handa, Sadman Hassan, Vipul Balaram Haj, Yan Hong Ho, Jiang Huang, Pujita Indakuri, Harshita Inti, Nikita Ituri, Ramya Ramachandran Iyer, Sharvik Himanshu Jarawala, Viral Amit Jani, Parth Hemantbhai Jakar, Shriya Chinmay Joshi, Hussein Abbas Kagalwala, Jayaditya Kakarala, Nishesh Kalakedi, Yash Pankajbhai Kalatia, Parth Kantilal Kamani, Pratik Ashokbhai Kanani, Ravi Dineshbhai Kanani, Richa Kansara, Krunal Nareshbhai Kontradia, Harpreet Kaur, Harsimran Kaur, Param Kawale, Tamana Dineshbai Koshti, Prakash Kotapali, Harshil Ditendra Kothari, Madhurabin Yeshwant Kumar Kumrawat, Amiras Purashbai Kuvadia, Kushbu Mahesh Lada, Parth Manharbai Lakani, Kwakdat Lam, Jiashu Lee, Yehan Lee, Ankit Luthra, Leiwen Ma, Ale Davul Majmudar, Tanvibin Maganlal Madanaka, Hetal Babupai Mangukya, Akil Manem, Shubham Mathur, Amarnad Matsa, Kushbu Mukeshchandra Mehta, Rajvi Mehta, Dhruv Devang Modi, Rachit Bhavinkumar Modi, Sarfaraz Ali Khan Mohammed, Pavitra Kumar Mohanty, Adarsh Sai Gupta Sai Muragan Sivakami, Kasra Narari, Gagandeep Singh Nagpal, Krishna Divesh Naik, Ahmad Najib, Kushbu Nakam, Venkatadeepak Nanapaneni, Vahid Nasri Nasrabadi, Bhavankit Masukbai Navadia, Pramod Nana, Mansimran Kaur Pawa, Jai Kalpeshbai Pandya, Lavajot Singh Panu, Akshat Jarinbai Parikh, Dwani Rajinkumar Parikh, Priyanshi Babubai Parsana, Arshvi Amish Patel, Akshan Kanubai Patel, Aman Kalpesh Patel, Arpit Kaushik Kumar Patel, Biraj Kumar Rakesh Kumar Patel, Chintan Patel, Darya Chagambai Patel, Drumil Kumar Manoibai Patel, Dhruv Pradeep Kumar Patel, Falgun Karanbai Patel, Harmish Rojnikant Patel, Harsh Bharat Kumar Patel, Harsh Rajesh Kumar Patel, Harshit Shailesh Kumar Patel, Hanakumari Sureshbai Patel, Himaksi Patel, Jamin Vasudevbhai Patel, J. Anilbhai Patel, J. Kumar Hashmukhbhai Patel, J. Kumar Labitbhai Patel, Kush Kumar Harshadbhai Patel, Mahima Amish Patel, Mansi Yogeshbhai Patel, Mohammed Amin Abdul Qadir Patel, Ninsibin Mahendrabhai Patel, Nihal Madhavlal Patel, Nishta Manojbhai Patel, Parth Patel, Parthvibin Bipin Kumar Patel, Raj Devendrabhai Patel, Sachi Vipalbhai Patel, Sharvil Ashokkumar Patel, Sheshan Jayantibai Patel, C.D. Patel, Soham Rajesh Kumar Patel, Sunny Kumar Ajitbhai Patel, Swapnil Pravinbhai Patel, Tilak Dharmesh Kumar Patel, Vidi Apurva Patel, Yash Girish Kumar Patel, Zeal Parin Kumar Patel, Rudra Paresh Kumar Pathak, Niraj Vihar Petalanka, Geet Jitendrabhai Pitharia, Vamshi Palisheri, Lalita Devi Pulagam, Mayank Rai, Rajwinder Kaur, Jaideep Ram, Harshdeep Singh Virendra Singh Raul, Jai Keshav Rathod, Devarshi Jayesh Kumar Raval, Manikrishna Sai Ravi, Yug Badrash Kumar Raul, Damanpal Singh Rayat, Masood Sadeghi, Parminder Singh Sani, Harshit Sahu, Amir Fawad Sam, Sahil Nainitbhai Sangani, Sayam Sareen, Pranshi Hitesh Kumar Sata, Amandeep Singh Sani, Devag Jatin Shah, Drumil Ashok Kumar Shah, Jainam Jatinbhai Shah, Jaini Kironbhai Shah, Kevin Vimal Kumar Shah, Malav Parag Shah, Mohammed Anas Shah, Parshwa Akshesh Shah, Yash Sanjeev Shah, Samir Shariar, Anshul Sharma, Anarit Kaur Sidhu, Avneet Singh, Darvesh Singh, Gundeep Singh, Gurpreet Singh, Harnoor Singh, Harshit Kumar Singh, Ishpreet Singh, Jabanpreet Singh, Karanveer Singh, Lakshdeep Singh, Ritu Singh, Sarabjit Singh, Sahajdeep Singh, Shubham Arvind Kumar Singh, Karen Singla, Hidarth Chandrashbai Smart, Harsh Hitesh Kumar Sodiwala, Satyapal Singh Dasharat Singh Solanki, Pujan Bhavesh Soni, Arvind Narayan Srinivasan, Maulik Rajesh Taylor, Koshal Mohanbai Tank, Sheikh Sadaf Taysin, Sai Sirisha Tirumalapudi, Sningda Tomar, Disha Vashrambai Vagamshi, Riva Dirajlal Vishnani, Reedy Harshad Kumar Vaishnav, Harshal Naravbai Vakaria, Vishware Singh Tikendra Singh Vala, Swati Reddy Vanga, Bhavita Varala, Heli Amit Kumar Varma, Akhil Reddy Vishaka, Yash Satishbai Yadav, Jiaqi Yang, Gorang Rameshbai Zadafia, Jiawei Zhang, Xinxin Zhao, Hangzhou, Jiqing Zhu, Syed Zubair, Master of Applied Economics and Policy, Halima Bayonle Aliou, Omer Adegul, Bemileke Adadotun Bolorinwa, Yibo Dang, Zhiyu Huang, Anissa Kopliku, Shunji Li, Anju Ma, Fahim Al-Masood, Emmanuel A. Endway, Fazla Rabbi, Fatima Saraj, Mengyu Sun, Yu Si Tao, Meng Yu Wang, Ya Yi Wang, Yi Wang, Mi Wei, Jing Yi Yang, Master of Medical Biotechnology, Mariam Abbasi, Jadisola Adiramoke Abdurrahman, Yasemin Agazadeh, Nilufar Arfei Mogadam, Pavan Sai Kumar Adaluri, Jaskarat Atwal, Navneet Singh Bajwa, Ankur Berry, Kshitij Bhargav, Yasmin Biding, Anmol Chand, Subham Mahender Chawaria, Kodru Chen, Divya Darshani, Dhruti Rajesh Dev, Deepak, Kinjal Vivakumar Dekavadia, Annapurna Deshpande, Vabneet Kaur Delon, Wubuli Delinier, Yi Fan, Sumaya Furtis, Carmel Babita Francis Ashok Kumar, Tanya Garg, Trishti Gupta, Deepika Gururaj, Mehedi Hassan Asif, Jiu He, Zara Asadat Hejazi, Zhiying Huang, Nadia Irlu, Tushara Iyanki Shrisencha, Andrew Jacob Ramaprasad, Vilashini Jagadish, Karen Dilip Kumar Joshi, Deepesh Singh Kang, Damon Preet Kaur, Gagandeep Kaur, Gurleen Kaur, Jaspreet Kaur, Jaspreet Kaur, Lavijit Kaur, Jaskaran Kaur Kunar, Fan Lee, Lishan Lee, Seeing Lee, Afnan Binti Liaquat, Chin Liu, Jingrong Ma, Andrews Mahimiraj, Banusha Malampati, Shriprema Maruthunayagam. Ekta Atul Mehra. Ubongabasi Victor Moses. Nusrat Alam Mo. Sayeda Feza Nehiran. Anika Newer. Bao Nak Win. Mir Tasnia Noshin. Miracle Osin Moy. David Toluwalade Ogunubi. Boluwatife Zainab Owode. Likita Pakala. Haley Ashish Patel. Heli Patel. Hiren Harishbhai Patel. Hiteshi Bhavesh Kumar Patel. Mamtaben Vinodbhai Patel. Malik Kumar Mahendrabhai Patel. Naya Jayesh Patel. Shivam Vinubhai Patel. Shwetabin Naginbhai Patel. Xiao Yuan Peng. Mariam Rahimpur Hizari. Zanat Rahman. Jui Bhavesh Rajaguru. Miza Nashad Rangara. Rita Rika. Gurpreet Kaur Jaspal Singh Saini. Manraideep Singh Sandhu. Huda Khalid Ibrahim Sarsur. Miraj Byron Shah. Divya Sharma. Sagarika Sharma. Bayan A. Shunar. Karanbir Singh. Jinal Jayaprakash Soni. Zerubbabel Stephen. Sauda Binti Sanjida. N.K. Makolam Clint Okebu. Purvi Jadipshin Vagela. Rashmita Vasareddy. Ridima Verma. Chi Wang. Ya Qian Wen. Mingyue Xiang. Bingqing Zhao.
Madam Chancellor, we would ask you to confer on the foregoing candidates whose names have been approved by the Senate the degrees, certificates, and diplomas to which they are entitled.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the laws of the Province of Ontario and in accordance with the recommendations of the Senate of the University of Windsor, I confer upon these candidates the degrees, diplomas, and certificates to which they are entitled.
Congratulations, class of 2021. On behalf of the University of Windsor Alumni Association, I'm proud to be offering you this virtual greeting. I'm Ken Alexander, current president of the Alumni Association Board of Directors. When you started your studies at the University of Windsor, you surely could not have imagined experiencing Convocation in a virtual format. We are living in new and constantly changing times. You are now the leaders who will help all of us navigate those changes in the coming years. Many people will have advice to share with you at this time in your life. Listen, but chart your own course. My advice, do something every day that's important to you. As Steve Jobs said in his famous commencement speech in 2005 to Stanford grads, the only way to do great work is to do what you love. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. You already have the support of 150,000 UWindsor alumni who've graduated before you. Our alumni are doing amazing things around the globe, and now you will carry on this tradition of greatness. Best wishes to you on this very special occasion as you realize the results of your years of hard work. Enjoy it. You've earned it. Remember to keep the Alumni Association updated on all the wonderful things you'll do so we can share in your great successes. Welcome to the University of Windsor Alumni Association family.
On behalf of the entire University of Windsor, I would like to offer my heartfelt congratulations to all of you on the significance of your achievements. And as we celebrate the University of Windsor's class of 2021, we will be officially recognizing the remarkable accomplishments of over 4,400 of our students. I want to first recognize and celebrate the determination, persistence, and dedication you have shown in successfully pursuing your education during these challenging and unprecedented times. I know that your families, your peers, your professors, and other staff at the university have also helped to make this possible. And I could not be more proud of the resilience, teamwork, ingenuity, and grit that all of you have collectively shown. I continue to be humbled by your commitment to each other and to the community that are such hallmarks of this institution. In addition to the challenges of your academic programs, so many of you have engaged in research and services aimed at supporting those around you, and this spirit of generosity makes us all so much stronger together. Graduates, this is one of many milestones you will pass on your lifelong journey, and we are glad to be here to share it with you. All of us who have had the privilege to obtain a university degree remember this day in different ways, sometimes with relief, but always with pride, and nearly always as a turning point. From here, perhaps the next steps will be further study, new employment opportunities, or other new beginnings in new places. No matter your path, remember that you will always be part of this university's past, present, and future. You are ready for what's to come, no matter what. Through your years here, you have built and honed the skills, knowledge, and determination to achieve things you haven't even imagined yet. You will always be part of the Lancer family. I encourage you to get involved with the Alumni Association, a connection to nearly 150,000 alumni around the world. Parents and other family and friends of our graduates, your commitment and continued support have helped to make everything that we celebrate today possible. I know how much pride you all share in your graduates' accomplishments, and I want to personally thank you. Today is also very much your day. Over the past year, we have all thought a great deal about the future in ways that we don't normally have to, about how to plan for the uncertainty around us, what it will be like after we are vaccinated, when we can all fully return to our face-to-face lives, and how these unusual times will shape what comes next. I think it's important, though, to draw from these times a message of hope in the tangible proof that we can adapt and change and help each other in order to succeed. That we can envision and enact solutions to the challenges that come our way, large and small, and that these solutions can be the basis of true progress. The future really is yours to shape. Change is yours to make. Be bold and be kind. And remember that all of us at the University of Windsor will have you in our thoughts in the days, months, and years ahead. In one simple word, congratulations. Stay safe and stay well. Today is your day. Enjoy it.
I now declare the 115th Convocation of the University of Windsor closed.